and welcome to the final part of Monsters, Inc. Scream Team.
It's time to clean out the snow.
Yep.
Actually, have we done Hot Springs yet?
Not yet. This is our first visit here.
You ever been to a hot spring?
I think so.
The one I went to in Idaho smelled real bad. Didn't even have enough ooze, just wanted to kick that snowman down. Okay, so we got some lava potentially in here. Oh. I can't believe
Hitbox on those
Sully's
is a
dead.
little...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird to think like stalagmites and stalactites, like they take forever to form, but icicles are basically the same thing.
Yeah, but, I mean, one is made of frozen water and the other is made of rock.
Yes.
This is, I think, appropriately the most complex level. Got a lot of, like, verticality and layers.
Be sure to clench, Sully. I like the green glowy with the like icy purples.
Yeah, it's nice.
Like love it or hate it, Frozen may have gotten way too oversaturated, but the way it handled ice was kind of pretty.
Yeah,
Too
it
bad
was.
it just, like, that's the thing. I didn't hate Frozen. It just kind of made me get burned out horribly. Granted, the more I watched it against my will, the more I recognized that something was very wrong with that story. Like,
Yeah.
it's very clear that they rewrote a lot of stuff, and not for the better necessarily.
Oh, yes. Even, I think on my first watch, I realized, wait a second, why is Olaf even here? What purpose does he serve?
Yeah. And the, I don't know, just, I don't buy the twist villain. I just don't.
Nope, he's, when no one is looking, he is a good guy until it is time for the twist.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like, I still think that the trolls, like, brainwashed this man to just go crazy. Like, anyway, but yeah. I really think it could have, like, they still could have done the aspect of Elsa goes, like, mad with power for a little bit. Like, because she was originally going to be a villain. And that could have been
just straight up. And she is an antagonist at different points,
Yeah.
but...
Remember,
Yeah.
kids, antagonist does not mean villain. It means counterpoint to the plot, or the protagonist.
Yeah.
Man, these penguins look like they've seen things. Wait, they're like robots?
Yeah, they're supposed to be kids' toys, the Nerves
Well-
toys.
Where's the satisfaction in that?
Even the snowmen are toys.
Yeah.
Which means that they have a horrifying snowman Terminator skeleton underneath.
Oh, no.
Man, my headcanon just got way better.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy... Yeah. You ever watch the old Rankin and Bass Frosty the Snowman?
Wait, the animated one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I always like to point this out to people when they watch the movie. Santa leaves the little girl Karen just up on the roof. She's not getting off that roof. She froze to death on that roof. I don't know. It's kind of funny. It's like, I don't think she can get off that roof, but yeah.
It makes for a good ending shot.
Yeah, it
That's
looks
all
nice.
that matters.
I also always thought her outfit looked way too, like, cold for the weather. Like,
She's not wearing pants.
I guess she could be wearing leggings. I don't know. It was the style of the time. Ask my mom. Or your mom. Anybody over the age of something. Sully's pointer finger is massive. Oh no. Without the music, the voice work is kind of weirdly bare.
A little bit.
Now your time is up. And don't worry, I'll take good care of the kid.
I was thinking maybe they cut it off before she did that, and it's just like, well, I guess Sully's dead. Yeah.
The last thing what if some kid, like, they couldn't get any further, they couldn't get any more movie clips, that's the last thing they saw, and they're like, well, Randall's dead. Boo choked him out. Nice.
I mean, he presumably was shot to death in Florida.
Monsters Inc. World in KH3 says that he somehow got back.
Okay.
And then presumably sent right back.
Oh. That's kind of lame. I mean, to be fair, I shouldn't have sympathy for a, like, guy who kidnaps children to, I
suck
don't know.
The scream out of them.
Yes. There's an adrenochrome joke in there somewhere, but I'm not going to make it.
Oy.
That stuff's all hooey anyway. I don't know why, but I really hate the light texture on that hat. On, like, the top of the bot. Like, just a pixelated light just looks so silly to me. It's like this light source is quantized. Crusty light.
You should not need to anti-alias your glowy effect. Well,
Yes.
I mean, you should, but
They did.
I shouldn't have to think that.
You know, I made jokes here and there about the monster world, like a lot of the monsters just being buck naked. And it's interesting. It's not necessarily the guys don't wear clothes usually, but the girls do. Because looking back, there's plenty of, like, both across the board. So
I got
like
three jumps there.
Yeah. Oh, you did. I like to think it's the My Little Pony rules, where it's like clothing is more of a, like, status symbol or an accessory rather than...
Or an indicator of your job.
Yeah. Rather than you just being an indecent person walking around.
Well, it seems as though
Don't touch
monsters
that.
just don't have genitals, so
I
what's there to
mean-
hide?
You say that, but I know enough about mammalian biology to know horrible things. Oh, here we go. Man, it was cool how they did those texture stuff.
Oh, yeah. It was a really good idea for Randall, having been
Yeah.
a chameleon.
She's not scared of you anymore. Looks like you're out of a job.
I want Matt Pat to figure out how big this warehouse is. It is absolutely mind-staggeringly gigantic.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Oh.
Ah, you've done it again, boys. I'm very proud. You'll now be able to use the fling shots.
Oh, no.
Good luck.
I didn't expect it to be that violent.
Oh, there's a, like, comparison that I could make to another gameplay mechanic. It's not in my head right now, I'm sorry. Anyway, so if there is a single part in the game that could be termed difficult, it would be this.
Well, it is the last race, so...
Yeah. It's like
Also,
the
it
last unique
sucks.
content.
It sucks you got a head start.
That is not a problem, honestly. The problem is that it is very easy to mess up, and getting enough medals is actually pretty difficult.
How many did you need? I wasn't reading.
125.
Oh boy. So how many attempts did this take?
5.
Oh.
Okay, so right here, I would actually recommend going the long way because I don't think that you're probably not going to get enough medals if you don't.
That's a lot that you just missed.
Randall,
Whoa!
yeah, Randall will get ahead of you, but you can catch up to him.
Oh, so if you just fall, you have to start over. That sucks.
Yeah, all the way, and at least it's very fast. Like, you fall and it's just that quick, you're back at the start.
Okay.
I don't think I have ever in my life, throughout all the times I've played this game, ever taken the long way that right there. I don't even know what it's like. Ah.
Man, watching the Sonic Unleashed PS2 playthrough on Snapcube, they were playing with their friend Mar. Oh, so you didn't get enough there either. Oh,
120 medals, yeah. Here we go.
perfect. And they had on a soundboard the Sonic Unleashed scream, Werehog death scream. But he had it set up where you could, like, pan it or set reverb on it, so it made it sound like it was just falling. Oh!
To congratulate James P. Sullivan and Michael Wazowski for their on-target completion of level 1 of the Academy.
Level 1.
We got all the bronze medals in the game.
Ah.
I am honored to present you both with these bronze medals to commemorate your achievement. Congratulations.
Mike looks like Kirby with clothes, if that makes sense.
And a horrifying smile.
Yes. I'm guessing Celia wants him for his personality? Nah. Then again, what's not to like? He's shaped like a friend.
He's her googly bear.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Hey, Sheila. Will ya?
All right, now it's time to finish our cleanup of all the levels, which is actually half of them.
Oh.
So we got 2 here, and then the entire Arctic field.
Not bad for a guy with one eye.
Huh. So why did you wait to get that one?
Because there is another nerve that you can't get to without the fling shots.
I don't know why this is making me think of it, but did you ever play the Clue Finders games?
I think I had Clue Finders 5th grade. That was it.
I did that thing where the schools let you take home the disc to try it before you buy it. But, yeah, we did not end up buying it. I remember distinctly I could not get past this one puzzle early on. My reading comprehension skills were not so good at first.
I want to go back and, like, play all of the Jumpstart games, or at least the ones that, from, like, 3rd grade up, where there were more adventures.
Yeah.
And then try out the Clue Finders.
I'm really tempted to Let's Play on my channel the Rita Rabbit game I played a lot of the lion going through the labyrinth thing.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to embarrass myself just horribly when I fail what should be a babby game.
I have fond memories of renting or borrowing Rita Rabbit games from the library.
Yeah. I distinctly remember this jester girl in the game that I thought was kind of cute. Who, she, like, had a weird split personality thing going on. Huh. I wonder. What if Rebecca Sugar was inspired by that at all for Spinel? Probably not. That's too specific. That's too specific of a reference. Well, that was easy enough. So I'm guessing the desert levels go really fast.
For cleanup, yeah.
extreme sound delay. Explosion.
Oh yeah, so with the Kingdom Hearts 3 Monsters Inc. level, I remember like a week or two before Monsters Inc. was formally unveiled, there was this screenshot that had leaked where people were debating whether it was real or not, and I was like, this definitely looks real, and I was right, it was, and it basically spoiled what Sora's monster design would be like. Although he was in a different form, so the color was different, but yeah.
So, the color palette changes for different forms for, like, that level?
Well, I just, for combat forms, like, if you, yeah, he can transform his Keyblades, and that also changes his outfit a little bit to different colors, and that, for Monsters, Inc., it just, like, palette swaps his, his design.
I assume a similar thing happens in Toy Story?
Yeah, it's, in all of them, there's, like, a different set of, like, color palette swaps for different forms, yeah.
So, Katie Tierdich, author of Awkward Zombie, made a comic about Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Toy Story world being confused why his his, like, quote-unquote disguise was a crappy toy, yet in the Toy Story you see Sora action figures that look way better than you. I don't know if that's true, though, but it was a funny joke at the time.
I mean, you know, there are Sora, like, figures and whatnot that are fairly detailed in the real world, and then they played up the toy angle by making Sora fairly angular in KH3.
What would be really funny, and totally just F with the toy's mind, is if Donald didn't have Sora transform into a toy, and so you're just going through that level as a normal, like, size human, and you're just basically Godzilla-ing the enemies.
So even better than that, one of the villains shows up in that level. He's not, his form doesn't change to be like toy-like or anything, but he is just as small as you.
That's weird. That water looks deliciously refreshing.
In fact, early on there was a trailer from the game where it looked like that villain was regular size, while Sora, Donald, and Goofy were all toy-sized. No, the angle was just wrong. We couldn't see what he was blocking. We thought that he was like trying to step on them, but no, that was something else. And the guy really was toy-sized. That's kind of silly.
That's stupid.
And he's like funny. Dead serious anime villain man too.
I remember the scene with Woody.
And, well, I mean, there were scenes not just inside a black void, but inside the toy store where it's like, oh, this man is... And I think there was an Awkward Zombie comic about that, too. About how he's just tiny.
I'm not gonna lie. I go years at a time not reading her comic. So I don't know why I do it. I think it's because part of me wants to, like, build up a lot of backlog to read. And every time, I always, like, start the comic over, too. Like, go all the way back to the coin battle joke, where where Link and Roy are just beating each other up to get money, saying they're going to be rich.
Yeah, I forget about Awkward Zombie for months at a time, and then I'm like, oh yeah, and then read most of the new comics, at least ones from games I've played, so that I can actually understand the joke.
Now, I think she's a lovely woman, but I shouldn't say this, but... For the longest time, I thought that the way she depicts herself kind of reminds me of Weird Al Yankovic. but I don't know. Just although her looks in the comic have changed over time, but I enjoy when an artist like has their insert or the way they draw themselves just as this little gremlin or whatever. And then you got Butch Hartman. Then you got Butch Hartman, who drew himself as this, like, just Giga Chad. It's like, oh, that's not a good sign.
Oh, no. He's completely up his own rear.
Oh, no. This artist has self-confidence. The worst thing an artist could have. No, self-esteem. That's what I meant to say. Oh, that one's freezing to death.
Good. These things are annoying.
That bar is reminding me of this one gummy candy. It reminds me of two things. When I was a kid, I played Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer, and in the bottom right corner, when your machine takes damage, there's this little readout that has like different colored, like green means you're okay, yellow means you're not so good, red means you're about to die. But it's segmented to your parts, and so I always thought it looked like some kind of gummy thing you could buy.
Huh.
I don't know. That was a lot. That was a lot to say. That scare meter makes me want gummy.
I always want gummy.
I'm never satisfied though. Like, I'll eat the gummy, and then like, I'll want the gummy, and I'll eat the gummy, and I'm like, this is not as good of an experience as I was imagining. I don't know.
There's so many different types of gummy.
There are, and they're like, fruit snack versus gummy bear is like so different. Okay. Oh, that's fun.
But because it's circular, it can be hard to tell what direction he's facing.
Yeah, this
which
is
is why
awful
Sully
to
is just
control.
easier to use.
Except treetops fruit snacks. Those are the best.
Yes. Oh yeah, I remember I was going to say something again about Kingdom Hearts Monsters Inc. A little while ago. They got some pretty good voice impersonators for like Billy Crystal and John Goodman.
Okay.
But I was not convinced for even a second with Randall's voice. His sounded a little off.
I feel like Roz is always just... I wonder if the woman just always does her own stuff.
I did look it up. In this game, the only voice actors that reprise their role from the film are Roz's, Waternoose, Randall, and the receptionist. But it's sound alikes, obviously, for Sully and Mike.
Yeah, they're too high budget.
Well, duh. I was about to say, hey, it's weird. Boo doesn't show up, like, in the game at all. It's like, of course she doesn't, you moron. This
Yeah,
is
she's
before
not there
the
yet.
film. Like, oh, isn't that weird? No, it's not.
She might not even been born yet.
Depending on how long Mike and Sully have been working at the company by the start of the film, yeah.
Right. I mean, we were talking about the scare record. Like, either they're really good at what they do or they've been there a while. Not to say they've been there the longest, but... Come to think of it, the whole idea of the scare canister seems like a bad idea. Like, why not directly, like, hardline the power you're generating?
Pipe it into, like, a storage tank or something, yeah.
Well, I mean, not just that, but, like, into another part of the facility that can handle it, because that's a lot of extra infrastructure and work.
Yeah, like, just toting around all of those canisters everywhere.
I mean, it would be like if you had to, like, I don't know.
All oil is carried around in the, like, I don't know, like, little barrels or something.
Yeah. Or, like, if a nuclear power plant, you had to just carry around. I mean, this breaks down because you basically are generating heat, which generates steam, which generates motion. So that isn't a good example. But
it would be like if in a nuclear power plant, you after you heat up the water, you have to then have people manually carry it over to somewhere else.
And then dump it into the tower. Yeah. Man. There you go, Waternoose. You need to cut costs?
Need to stay competitive? Make a screen pipeline straight to your holding tanks. Then figure out like a recycling plan or something for all of the canisters you don't need anymore.
I mean, metal is metal. It's one of the more recyclable things. You ever lick dry ice?
No, I'm not half stupid enough to attempt that.
Okay. I've half licked dry ice then. I've had popsicles that were like stored in a thing with dry ice, and they got the dry ice on the popsicle. So when I licked the popsicle, boy, did my tongue hurt.
Hey.
It's like burning your tongue, but frostbite. It's weird. It's so weird to think that it's frozen air. It's not frozen liquid, it's frozen air. And that's weird to me.
Well, frozen one component of air, but yeah. I think you were talking about games creating shortcuts back to areas
Right,
earlier.
I was.
So yeah, they do it like twice here.
Good.
Not bad for a guy with one eye.
Okay. We interrupt this game to bring you another ceremony.
And congratulate James P.
Well,
Sullivan
I got all the silver medals now.
Yep.
for their impressive completion of level 2 of the Academy. I am honored to present you both with these silver medals to commemorate your achievement.
Man, it was weird to graduate. So surreal.
Congratulations to you both.
I didn't attend my graduation from college.
I don't know. It was
my high
it was
school one,
long,
yeah.
but it was fun.
I mean, it was like 4 or 5 months after I actually graduated.
Yeah. I mean, so was mine. But yeah, nah, it's, like
I was
the
like
road
already
was
onto my first
overpriced
job.
and- yeah. Lucky.
I mean, I hated that job and I only had it for like less than 2 months, but yeah.
Yeah. What was it again? It was like
Logistics or like handling people going out to site to do work and
okay. Was it like database management?
email. I was married to my email account for that job and also my phone. 2 things that I very much hate managing as part of my job. But yeah. So one thing I'm not hot about at the very end here is that it's kicks you out from the level entirely when you get the all the silver medals. So we had to
That's
go all the way
funny.
back in.
My joke was valid. They did interrupt this gameplay just to go graduate.
Yes. Now we can get the final 2 nerves.
Helen, they are moving from the 4th grade to the 5th grade. It is not a graduation. The Incredibles game is pretty good, I would say. It has problems, but it's pretty decent.
The only Incredibles game I had was Rise of the Underminer, which is a very
yeah,
bad
boy.
game.
Well, that's okay. Because the event in the sequel was a very bad scene. No, I think that was one of the better parts of the movie, actually. Where they were fighting the Underminer.
I was not a big fan of Incredibles 2.
A lot of people weren't. It was a lot of build-up for nothing. And
Just
we are
something about it
done.
that didn't sit right with me. I don't know. I only saw it the one time, and I didn't care to think about it too much beyond that. Just like,
It has monumental amounts of problems. Visually, it looks great.
provided
Alright.
you don't get a seizure.
Oh, in that one scene, yeah.
It is a rare thing when a monster truly exceeds the expectations of the Academy. Today I present to you James P. Sullivan and Michael Wazowski. Together they have accomplished what few before them have. Completion of the Academy, Level 3 training. The medals, please.
I wonder if this means they got paid better.
Maybe.
Golden.
I'm gonna try to kill you in a couple of years, boys.
That's true. No, he just banished them. He didn't have the heart to kill them. He also regretted it.
Henceforth, you will be known as Top Scare Team, and will be entitled to all the rights and privileges thereof. Congratulations to you both.
Did you hear that, Mike? Now you can get on the company dental and fix that horrible gingivitis. What was that hat made of lead?
I've always wondered that. Yeah, it's weird.
Choice. Times have changed. Scaring isn't enough anymore. But kidnapping children? I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die, and I'll silence anyone who gets in my way.
Man, that was
He
a
is
good
strong.
backhand.
Simulation terminated. Simulation terminated.
Well, I don't know about the rest
Why
of
did
you
the
guys,
CDA
but
let Mike
I
just do
spotted
this?
several big mistakes.
Because he explained.
You know what? Let's watch my favorite part again, shall we?
I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die. I'll kidnap 1,000 children.
Plus, now they have admissible evidence in court.
It only proves intent, not necessarily that he did it.
That's true, but they've also been in deep cover for a while, so.
Yeah, they've
Plus-
got to have a mountain of tiny evidence that adds up to something.
And Sully can go show them the scream extractor. There's a lot.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that was Monsters Inc. Scream Team.
Yeah, that was fun. I like little platformer games. One of these times I want to play Ratatouille because I hear that's kind of a weird Pixar game.
Yeah, I've always every so often I find myself thinking about this game and wanting to play it again. I don't always do, but I think that given the era, like this wasn't that long after Super Mario 64, for them to have made something that holds up so well, I think is commendable. It's it's certainly not rubbing shoulders with the greats of the PS1 platformers, but
Yeah.
if you're sick of those and looking for something else, hey, give this a
Yeah.
spin.
And you could always go to the Toy Story 2 game. That's
Yeah,
on my
I've-
channel. Hint. No. But yeah.
Yeah, I would say if you don't want to play Spyro, Crash, or Toy Story 2, then go to this one. But any of those before this
I mean, this game has its charm. I definitely can see that. You know, Ape Escape
doesn't overstay its welcome either.
Yeah. This game actually reminds me a lot of Ape Escape. Not just because they have little lights on their heads, the things you're capturing or taking care of.
Yeah.
Well, we're not quite sure what's in store for this channel, but see you next time for whatever that's going to be. Actually, how long do we have here? Like a whole minute? 30 seconds?
Oh, they actually got Steve Buscemi. Yeah, he's Randall's voice, right?
Oh, oh my gosh, you're right. Man, that guy just keeps popping up in the unlikeliest of places.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and probably the biggest thing that I think about this game is excellent music. A couple YouTubers will use this music occasionally in their videos, and I'm like,
I recognize it. Yeah.
love it.
I'm going to go and see if anybody's managed to upscale it in any way.
I mean, I can do that. I can just turn on higher resolution rendering.
No, I mean for sound.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that was the game. So yeah, not sure what's up next, but stay tuned.